everyone, I'm Heba and welcome back. Got another foundation review for you guys. It seems like I'm trying foundations left and right. Last year, I think I only tried like a few foundations, and this year I've already tried maybe 4 or 5, and I've got a couple more after that. I have been in the mood of trying foundations. A couple of them work and a couple of them not so much, but this powder foundation by SUQQU, I think I kind of like. Let's talk about this one. It's a new foundation by SUQQU and it's the Glow Powder Foundation. I also have their cream foundation and that video should be coming up within, I hope, a couple weeks. I just wanted to do this one first because it is a newer product. And here is the foundation right here in a little refill packet. It's in a pan and it is a powder foundation. And here's what that looks like. Now I do have it in 2 shades, and this is the one that I'm wearing right now, 040. The other one is 030. I'm going to look in their website and it says it's a creamy powder foundation that infuses the skin with brilliance, radiance, and beauty of ceramic glaze. Now I don't know about the ceramic glaze part because I don't have smooth skin, but it is giving me a radiance. Now on their website, it doesn't give us much more information except for this soft creamy texture spreads effortlessly, adheres comfortably, and can be evenly layered over the skin for an elegant satin finish. And even with the place that I bought the foundation from, Swatches, doesn't give us much more information about this foundation. Besides Swatches, Liberty sells it and Cult Beauty, and they are all based out of the UK. From Swatches, this foundation costs $42 and you get 10 grams of product in here. And this is the refill, and they do have the case, and I was able to get the case. And here it is right here, kind of their signature case. You open it up and you pop the foundation in here, and it did come with a sponge, which I did use. It does come with a mirror too. And of course the outside has SUQQU written right there on my dirty compact. I didn't put it in the compact because I did buy 2 shades, and actually I kind of like it like this. It's very easy to put it in a makeup bag to travel with. This one can be a little bit bulky, but it does come with a mirror and a sponge, and when I show you the video of me applying this foundation in both shades, using the sponge wasn't my favorite. So pretty much I kind of like it like this because it's smaller and I don't need the sponge, so I didn't need this compact. Because I think once you get it out of here, there is like some adhesive right there. It is still stuck there. You can see that adhesive. So I pretty much have to wipe this off, before I put it in the compact. It's kind of sticky. So I'll probably just keep it back in this little plastic container, mush it back in there, and just kind of keep it like this. I mean, if you like the compact, this one costs $13.50, and like I said, it does come with a little sponge. But we'll see. Maybe I will put one of them in here, just, kind of protect it. Let's get back to the foundation. Now this one does only come in 9 shades. I'm going to put up the shade chart that they have online, and it comes with 3 undertones. You have pink beige, beige, and yellow beige. So pretty much the pink beige are more on the lighter side. Beige, you have 2 on each side of the spectrum. And with the yellow beige, pretty much you have light to medium. So the shades is very limited, but this is a company that's based out of Japan, and now they're starting to get into the world market, so I'm hoping that they will increase their shade range. Now I'd like to let you know about my skin. I am 53 years old, so I do have the mature skin. I have enlarged pores, texture, melasma spots. I have it here above my lips and here and on my cheeks. I have fine lines and wrinkles, and also I am combo oily skin. And I do have some dry spots right here and right here. Of course, my oily spots is here and there. So again, I did pick up 2 shades, 030 and 040, and what I'm wearing is 040. Go ahead and show you them side by side. So here is 030 and here is 040, and I'll swatch these on my hands for you guys. You can see it comes in a compact. And I've used 040 a little bit more because I am getting a little darker right now. So let me go ahead and swatch this for you. This is 030, and it is very creamy. It doesn't feel very powdery. So there's 030, and let me swatch that right here. Let me come up close. So this is 030, and you can see it is a little bit light on me, but it doesn't look too ashy. So this one was a good shade for me last month, but let's swatch 040. And here is 040. You can see that's more my shade. And I don't know if you can see that the sheen is there to give you that radiance. And it is very creamy, but yet it does have, you can kind of see the powder there. probably see that it is a little bit more on the yellow side, a little bit warm, especially 040. Can now show you the videos of me trying on 030 and 040. And then we'll meet on the other side and I'll let you know what I think about this foundation. Now I did pick up 2 shades of the Glow Foundation by SUQQU and I got them in 030 and 040. I have been getting some sun, so I think 030 may be too light, but I'm going to swatch it anyway. So here is 030 and here is 040. And here they are side by side. So you can see that there is a big jump from 030 to 040. So you have a feeling that 030 will be a little light. Let me do 040. Just for kicks, today I'm going to try the lighter shade, 030. Even though I do think 040 may be a better match, well, you know what? I'm still going to try 030. I'm going to prime my face using the Good Molecules Moisturizing Primer. Since this is a powder foundation, I do want to put some added moisture to my skin, especially in my textury areas. And also the primer by Smashbox, the Photo Finish Primer. This one I always like to put in my pores here. Now going in with 030, the lighter shade, and going in with a foundation brush on one side. This is by Sonia G, and it's the base one. And I have to admit, when I swatched it, it was very creamy, very smooth. Okay, let me just stipple it on first. Wow, that looks good. Doesn't even look like I'm wearing anything. Am I? Build it up here in my little spots. And put a little bit more underneath my eyes because I'm trying to go for a no makeup look today. Got the foundation on this side and no foundation on this side. Looks pretty good. And it's not bad. The shade is not bad. And I don't see any powder residue with this foundation. Not like the La Mer one. That one, you could tell that it was a powder. But this, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Looks like my skin, but not emphasizing the things on my skin. So let me show you the sponge. It's just a rectangle makeup sponge. So just do one swipe like that. Okay, I think I like the brush better already. Yeah, let me pat it on. All right, does give me a nice little glow there. Okay, I think the sponge side gives me a little bit more of a light coverage, whereas the brush gives me a little bit more light to medium. I think I prefer the brush so far. So this is the brush side, this is the sponge side. Yeah, I think the brush side does give me a little bit more coverage without looking too cakey. Look at that. Okay, that one piece of hair. There. And then this is the sponge side. And I think it's sinking more in my pores when I use the sponge. I can see it right here on my nose, right there. All right, let me finish putting the rest of my makeup on and we will see how this looks. I'm back, and what do you think, guys? I didn't set it with powder because this is a powder foundation. It's still giving me that little dewy glow. So I don't know if I have to set it with powder. Right now, it is looking a little powdery around my mouth right here. And it's still kind of seeing those white dots here on my nose and on this side of my cheek, my face. When I applied my bronzer and blush, the foundation didn't move, but the color's not bad. I thought it might be a little light for me right now, but I'm sure as the summer progresses, it's gonna be a little bit light. So I think next time I'm going to try 040. Maybe I might do a light dusting of powder on my oily spots just to play around with it. I quickly got some powder and let's just do a light dusting now. This is the one by Anastasia in the shade Deep Peach. That make it less shiny? Actually, it's not bad. Okay. I have to say it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too powdery or cakey. And that was what I was afraid of if I added powder to this foundation. But not bad if I just concentrate it right here where I need it, and here and my forehead. I had this foundation on for 10 hours now, and it's been through a lot. And I know, excuse the lighting and the sound, I'm in my bathroom, and this is the best place that I can have with semi-decent lighting here. But we went to Dallas, did some shopping, did some eating, walking outside. So yeah, this foundation has been through a lot today. Now, of course, with my allergies, and we did eat, it did come off around my nose and around my mouth. I have to say, everywhere else, it looks really good. Now, this is the side that I use the foundation brush, and it looks a lot better than the sponge side because I can kind of still see those white dots in my pores. But honestly, I think it looks pretty good. This time I'm going to try the darker shade, 040. I am getting a little darker because we're spending more time outside, so we'll see how this one will work. So far, 030 works even though I am getting darker, but we will see how this one looks. First, I'm going to prime my face with the Illamasqua Veil Primer. This one's a gel-like primer, hydrating, and I'm almost finished with it, so I just want to use it up. And it also gives some hydration on my skin, so this will be perfect with a powder foundation. Even though I do have oily skin, I just have some texture. And then next, I want to try the primer by Maybelline, the Master Prime in Hydrate. Just put that in my textury spots. First, I'm going to put concealer underneath my eyes because I'm one of those that likes to do that first before I put my foundation. But this is the one by Clé de Peau, and I'm going to put Hazelnut and Buff underneath my eyes. Buff is a little bit lighter, so I like to put that one underneath my eyes, or really close up underneath my eyes. And Hazelnut to kind of cover up the darkness underneath my eyes. Buff gives me the brightness, but Hazelnut gives me the coverage. Now I'm going in with 040. Let me show that to you again. When I tried 030, I had the brush on one side and their little sponge on the other side. This time I'm going to use the brush on this side and my dampened beauty sponge on this side. Just want to see the difference. See if there is a difference. So I'm going to go in. It is very creamy. Some on the sponge, so let me just pounce it on. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it works great if you really pounce it into your skin. It's kind of smoothing it out that way and giving me a little bit more coverage. Okay, I'm not putting any more product on my sponge. I'm just going to blend it out. So I have foundation on this side using the dampened sponge. No foundation here yet. I have to admit that this foundation looks very nice so far on my skin. It's not sinking in any pores, whereas using this, it did sink into my pores, but this one, I don't see it sinking in my pores. And it's not showing any texture right here. That's just, you know, after I apply on this foundation, and it doesn't look powdery at all. So on this side, I'm going to use a foundation brush, and this is by Sonia G. It's the Base Pro. And again, just pounce it in or on. I have to say that using the dampened beauty sponge is giving me a little bit more coverage, but using the foundation brush is giving me more light to almost medium coverage. This one gives me really good medium coverage, and it's not sinking in my pores on this side. It's not looking powdery at all, and it's looking like my skin to where it's kind of smoothing some things out too. So this is the dampened beauty side, and this is the foundation brush side. And on my nose, when I was using their sponge, it was kind of leaving white dots. I don't see it this time. Okay, well, let me go ahead and finish putting the rest of my makeup on. Finished putting the rest of my makeup on, and I have to say that the foundation is looking very nice. It's not looking powdery at all. Looks more like a cream foundation, actually. Now, I did powder my T-zone right here, and it does look a little powdery right here. Maybe I put a little bit too much powder there. And it is giving me a glow, but not like an oily glow. And I really do like this powder foundation. I mean, it doesn't look like a powder. Yeah, it just looks a little powdery right here. Maybe I, like I said, put too much powder there, but it's not sinking in any pores. This texture right here, it looks pretty smooth. And I have to say, I don't see any difference between using the dampened beauty sponge or the brush. I do see a difference between using this and this. But so far, between these two, I don't see a difference. So now that you've seen videos of me trying on both shades, for this look, I used the Good Molecules primer and the Smashbox primer. And I applied this foundation all over my face with a dampened beauty sponge. Because as you can see in the videos, that I think that gives me a better application on my skin. And let me show you the swatches again, how creamy they look after I kind of, buffed it out. And I have to say that it looks a lot smoother on my arm than on my face because I do have the texture on my face. I wish my face was this smooth. So I've tried this foundation a couple times and let me let you know the pros and cons of it. And I have to say that there are more pros than cons. So let's start with the pros, and one of them, I do like the compactness of it. Because it's very easy to put it in your makeup bag, and if you want to travel, if you can travel, it won't be messy. And you don't have to worry about anything breaking. I do like how this looks. It does give me a radiant glow without looking too oily. Now I did use powder. I used the new one by Gucci, and I just applied it in my T-zone. And even though it does kind of tame it down a little bit, I think whenever I add powder, it does kind of look a little powdery right here. And I think I was not supposed to try it with powder this time, but I do like how this looks on my skin. It does look like my skin, but without emphasizing what's on my skin. It's very smoothing. It doesn't look powdery at all. It doesn't feel tacky. And I have to say that I think as the day wears on, it just melts a little bit more into my skin. Does that make sense? It just looks a little smoother as the day wears on. That's just probably on my skin, but that's what I see. But not here because this is the powdery spot that I have going on right now. But everywhere else, I just think as the day wears on, it looks like my skin. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It doesn't break apart or anything like that. Now, it may look a little dewy, but for me, I kind of like this because it does give me a radiant glow. Not an oily glow, but a nice radiant glow. Another pro, I don't feel it heavy on my skin because it doesn't look cakey on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look heavy on my skin. I do like applying it with the makeup sponge and also with a foundation brush. This is not bad either. This one, however, not so much. This is in the con. I do like the color. Actually, I like both colors. This is great for now, and 030 would be great in the winter time. Now, let's go ahead and go into the cons. And speaking of shades, I wish they increased their shade range. I do hope that they will. Another con is using the sponge. Not my favorite way to apply it because I really do think that it sinks into my pores that way. And it just gives me those white dots, especially in my nose. Now for the compact, I guess the compact could be a pro and a con. The pro, you know it's going to be protected in here and you have a place for the sponge. The con, since I don't like the sponge, I really don't need this because I kind of like it like this. But it is nice to have. I'm glad I got it though. And I've had this foundation on right now for 5 hours because I was about to sit down and do this video, and then lo and behold, the people doing our yard drove up. So I thought, let me go ahead and do some errands, go around town, go to Walmart, go to the bank, and it's still looking pretty good. And I didn't blow my nose that much, so it's still on my nose. And I don't know if you could hear my tummy growling, but I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I still have the foundation around my mouth. If you're new to my foundation reviews, I always say that foundation always comes off around my mouth and my nose. Around my mouth because I do eat and I am a messy eater, so I just kind of clean it up. And then my allergies is just kicking my butt, so I'm constantly wiping my nose. But everywhere else, I don't see it coming off or melting off. Let me do the phone test. I haven't done one of these in a while. Let me just clean my screen here. And let's see. Oops, let me turn that off. Okay, does it look clean? Somewhat clean. Let me go ahead and put it up to my face, see if the foundation transfer. And there we go. Let's see. Let's see. A little bit, not too much. But actually, it's not that bad. I know my phone just keeps doing that. Yeah. It's not that bad. So you can say that I do like this foundation. There are a few things that I don't like, that if I do powder it, it does look a little powdery. And it can give you more of a shine, but this one is okay because it's not looking oily. It doesn't sink in any fine lines. It's not showing texture. It just looks like my skin. So yeah, I can say that I do like this foundation. Just don't like the sponges. Not my favorite. And it's a lot better than the La Mer one, that's for sure. And a lot cheaper. Now I do have the cream foundation coming up and I like that one too. So probably when I do the cream foundation, I'll kind of throw in the powder foundation in there too. Alright you guys, I do hope you found this video helpful because it was helpful for me. Because it helps me learn more about what kind of a foundation I want for my skin. Because I could tell you in the beginning when I started YouTube, I didn't know any better. And some of the foundations that I thought I liked, when I try it on now, it's like, oh, why did I like this foundation? But yeah, doing foundation reviews does help me a lot too. I hope it helps you guys. Well, alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.